How you spend your days is how you spend your life. That's an observation that's been made by Annie Dillard in her book, The Writing Life. And I'm sure she's not the first one to make that observation. It seems to be pretty straightforward that how we spend our days is how we spend our lives. I've been thinking about that. Maybe it's the first of the year and things are renewing, or maybe it's that it's been all the winter weather, been stuck inside. But I have been just asking myself, how am I spending my days and how are they adding up over time? And are they moving in a direction that is God honoring and God glorifying and building for God's kingdom? John Wesley knew that this would be a question that we would probably come back to about how do we spend our lives and what the focus is. And so he had three general rules that he said if we would focus on, that we could be assured that we'd be in the middle of what God was doing and could live lives that produced fruit that would be godly. So here they are, the three general rules. First is to do no harm. The second is to do good. And the third is to give attendance upon the ordinances of God. To do no harm, either to yourself or to those around you. To be mindful of how our words and our actions are impacting others. The second is to do good, is that we're using the resources that God has given us in order to bless others. And how can we find kindness and patience in ways that we can pour into the lives of others. And the third is to give attendance upon the ordinance of God. And that's simply practicing the means of grace, prayer and study and scripture, worship, fasting. It's giving ourselves to that day after day. And Wesley believed, and I believe he was correct in this, that if we would give ourselves to doing no harm and doing good and attending to the ordinances of God day after day, God would honor that and build a life that would be not only honoring to him, glorifying of him, and building for his kingdom. I can think of no better way for us to spend our lives than that. So go this day and do no harm, either to yourself or to others. Do good. Take the gifts that God has given you and bless others with them, and attend upon the ordinances of God, which you are doing right now by spending a few minutes in devotion. I pray that God would honor our time and our faith and would grow both.